Have you ever gone on an Easter egg hunt thinking there was no Easter eggs? Or maybe been part of an amazing race thinking you could never find a clue? One of the biggest challenges people have is a sense of, can I do it? Do I have what it takes to get the life that I want? In this video, I'm going to show you how to be confident, competent, and to achieve anything you want. Now, in any game or in any sport, there are obstacles and opponents that are designed to bring the best out in you. And you want to play against the best if you're really a champion. However, fear, doubt, and worry still will be something that will be available to you when you look out here at this obstacle, trying to shoot to the green. You've got water in front of you. The mind starts to go, what if I hit it in the water? What if I make a mistake? Life is very similar. In this video, I'm going to show you how to be confident no matter what. I believe if you want to be successful in life, you need to have some rules that you follow, things that you can easily turn to that put you on the guardrails of success. So this rule is make it happen no matter what. What if you knew that you could make things happen no matter what? How confident would you be if you knew that you could succeed in business, or that your relationship was going to be strong, or that you were going to be able to be financially free by a certain age? Either way, most people never have this certainty. So how do you get this certainty is the big question, because it's one thing to be good at something, but it's another thing to believe that you can figure it out no matter what. When my two girls were around 7 and 9, I went to meet them at a ski hill where they were living with their mother. And I got there and I was like, oh my God, I brought 2 left boots and one of my wife. And she's considerably smaller feet than I. And I thought, there's no way I can go snowboarding with my girls. And the first thing that came in my mind was, okay, rule number 10, make it happen no matter what. The first step to that is to believe that it's possible, to believe that you'll find the Easter egg, to believe that you can find the clue in the amazing race. So step number 1 is to believe that there is a pathway. And step number 2 is to become creative. So I started to look around and I saw that there was a rental shop and I could rent some skis or a snowboard and I could go with them. That was an option. But then I looked at the line and it was like an hour's wait and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. So then I started to become creative in other ways. What else? What else could work? So I looked at the 2 boots and I thought, well, maybe I could fit into the second boot. And sure enough, I was able to squeeze my foot in. But it wouldn't fit into the harness on my snowboard. So I was forced to have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. And normally I race down the hill and I wait for my girls. I'm like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And we're disconnected and we're not having a great time. But this time I was forced to slow down. This time I stayed with my girls. And you know what was interesting? At the end of the day, they turned to me and they said, Daddy, this is the best time ever I had with you. You weren't racing ahead and you stayed with us. You see, when you're committed and creative, not only is there always a way, there's often another gift hidden within the obstacle. And that's what I discovered. So where can rule number 10 be useful for you? Where can you believe that you can find the Easter egg, or that there is a way for you to ski in spite of the wrong boots? That's my challenge to you, is to believe there's a way. When you're committed and creative, you'll always find it. I wouldn't have thought of that, or maybe I don't have the money to rent the stuff. And I mean, you can't always say it's so easy, Rock. I know, that's what I hear from people. They're like, you know, I didn't have the same set of skill sets you have. You know, in life, if you do what is difficult, life will be easy. If you do what is easy, life will tend to be difficult. If you're not blessed like I was, of having a difficult childhood, I grew up on a farm, I had to learn how to feed the horses, whether it was my birthday, Christmas, or whether I was sick, I still had to feed the horses. So I learned that there's always a way when you're committed and creative. Let me say that again. There's always a way when you're committed and creative. However, if you have not been born in an environment that was difficult, maybe you had it a little bit easier, maybe you weren't forced to become creative, you might have more difficulty when faced with some adversity today. So how do you change that? Well, I've got a couple of easy steps for you. Step number one is for you to start to do things slightly outside your comfort zone. For instance, you could brush your teeth with the opposite hand. You could put your pants on a different way. You could get into your car from the passenger seat. And you might be thinking to yourself, Rock, why am I going to do that? That's silly. That's stupid. Well, here's what happens. We know by scientific proof through the book called The Rise of Superman that the greatest athletes that are able to jump the China Wall, able to do jumps in skateboarding that defy the mind, is that they didn't do it from day one flip to 17 flips. What they did is they did a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. In fact, they practiced with a safety harness on, landing in water or on a trampoline until they were so certain that they could do it without the safety net. So step number one is for you to start to do tiny little things that are safe but different, that start to expand your identity. Tip number two has to do with your inner narrative. What's the way that you're talking to yourself? For instance, if you're a golfer and you step up to hit the ball over the water and your brain is going, don't hit it in the water, don't hit it in the water, make sure you don't make a mistake. Last time you hit it in the water, oops, you hit it in the water. That's what tends to happen. So you want to be hyper conscious of your inner narrative as you're starting to do things that are outside your comfort zone. Simple things like, every day in every way I get a little bit better. I got this. I can handle this. This is going to be fun. I'm going to learn from this. This is curiously new. Things like that. And make sure that it's positive and empowering. Hey, listen, if you want to continue to improve your mindset, then why don't you go ahead and book a call with one of my strategists. And on that call, you're going to discover what are some of your blind spots and what are some of the empowering paths for you to get what you want, to live life on your terms. So go ahead, click the button, get an appointment with one of my coaches, and let's see you on the inside and help you get to where you want to go. Step number three, now we're going to put it together. This part is about you doing a little bit of a review or an audit on your progress to expand who you are. So after you've brushed your teeth a different way, or you've gotten bed on the other side, whatever it is that you did, and you start to get comfortable with it, and you notice your inner narrative as you're doing it, you start to expand how you see yourself. The next thing I want you to do is to grab your journal at the end of the day and start to notice, write out how that feels, what that's like. And as you stack each day on the next, you expand who you are, but you start to become more comfortable with going, oh, I could do this. I rode my bike 5 miles yesterday, and then 6 miles, and then 7 miles. Wow. And the new normal for you will start to rise, and you will expand who you are. Doing push-ups on the golf course is not something most people do, but it is doable. You can do it if you want.
I gotta say, I'm impressed.
And I do it sometimes when I play golf and it's slow. Part of my brain is like, oh my God, it's another slow day on the golf course. And the other one is like, how do you do something empowering? How do you do something different? So then I say, okay, I'll do 10 push-ups on every hole and I'll get 180 push-ups in on the day. So be committed, be creative to find a way, experiment with what you can do, start to expand who you are, audit the way that you do it. As you wrap all that together, before you know it, when it really matters and something's going on in your life, where you have to step up and you have to handle a client, or you have to be the leader of your family, you'll go, step aside, I got this.
I got this.
And you'll walk in and you'll handle it, because you know that when you're committed and you're creative, you'll always find a way. Hey, what I covered with you today was just a small snippet out of my book, Your Epic Life Blueprint, The Principles of Success. The book that allowed me to become a millionaire and a 7-figure earner. And you can start marching your way toward life on your terms, living the dream, your epic life. Middle of the green. And that's how you do it when you're committed and creative. Boom!